Tupac, California Love.
Yeah.
And that's the big tune that Ricky will be coming out to when he has his celebrity boxing match. We're all looking forward to that, Rick.
Yeah.
Competition time, Carl?
Oh, Carl's looking forward to this. He's just getting all stressed about his half hour. Pete. Oh, go on. Go on,
it's
sorry.
just, we should have done this a lot earlier.
Why?
It keeps him hooked in. Right, if you haven't heard the game before, I'll give you some initials, bit of a cryptic clue, and those initials and the cryptic clue makes up some band. Might not be an XFM band, but it's a band or a pop group or an artist or something.
Yeah.
It's on
What's
email.
the feature called, though? What's the feature
It's called
called?
Rockbusters.
Rockbusters, yeah?
Absolutely.
Do you want to, will we do this on email?
I think we ought to, because you don't like taking calls from the public, do you?
Well, he can't work the machine.
No, that's absolutely right.
It's not that, it's just that, then it's pretty fair for everyone, because...
Anyone who's got a computer, you mean? So it's open to anyone who's got, you know, a computer or a laptop at their disposal at this precise moment.
Anyway, there's some cracking prizes, Rick, you'll be pleased to know, that, obviously, once again, Carl has, managed to collect together an arbitrary assortment of,
Just looking
giveaway stuff.
around the office.
I mean, where did you get these from? I mean, seriously, where did you get them from? Because it's such an arbitrary collection.
What have we got there?
I don't know what kind of a person would want these items.
Right.
It's such an arbitrary selection, I don't know what kind of person you'd be.
Read them out, what have we got?
Well, there's another XFM compilation, which you've obviously nicked from somewhere in the office.
Yeah, it's a good compilation, remix to
there's
album.
an album here, which is a promo album with two pigs on the front. I think it's the Smashing Pumpkins Live. I can't be certain. This is the album. Didn't we give this one away last week? This is just an arbitrary compilation album. Again, one of those kind of...
Is that the actual one you didn't send, Carl?
No.
We've
got a couple of
I've got a
these,
job lot of them.
Surprise, surprise, The Office
Oh.
on DVD, which is ludicrous.
I've seen it from here. What film? If it, like, listen, dear XFM listener, it's 2:30. You know, it's just a bit windy out. You're
probably gonna stay in this evening.
Maybe do a bit of shopping. You got, and then stay in this evening. Oh, what film would you really want? No, I mean seriously. Think if you could see one film, right? What would you want to see?
DVD.
One of the big releases.
Yeah, it's great. Put them out of their misery, Steve. They'll be watching this tonight if they're a lucky winner.
It's the movie Stigmata. Stigmata with Patricia Arquette and Gabriel Byrne. So look forward to that.
That's great.
That's the big one.
That is brilliant.
You're playing
look at Carl's face. He's actually offended because he's the only one that puts any work into this show, and he's got competitions. He's got Educating Ricky, Rockbuster. He's got
the song with a story.
He's got a song with a story to come that he's like gone through them. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. So you're playing for that collection of arbitrary goodies plus the big prize this week, Stigmata, featuring Gabriel Byrne.
Oh dear.
About a woman who I think starts bleeding from the hands. It's a horror film, I think. You'll have to be 18 or over to take part.
It's not terrible.
Sure.
It's all right. But
is it better than Children of the Corn, which was the big giveaway last week?
I haven't seen Children of the Corn. Go on then.
Right. So
next week, Teen Wolf 2.
Go on.
Here's the
and Tony Banks's own solo album, Bank Statement. Tony Banks, remember, is the musician from the much loved Genesis, but we got that album to give away.
All right then. So right
to win those exclusive prizes.
Go
on.
Yeah, you've got to email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
I saw a sellotape dispenser out in the
there's a pair of gloves that I don't know who's out, but they're out there and they've been there for a week. So
let's send them
pair of gloves, a sellotape dispenser, and Tony Banks's solo album, Bank Statement.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Right, first one. Initials JT.
Initials JT. What's the cryptic clue?
Cryptic clue. At the moment, I'm in a river full of logs.
Hold on.
Yeah?
JT, and what's the clue again?
At the moment, I'm in a river full of logs.
Full of logs?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, who could it be? JT. At the moment, I'm in a river full of logs.
Yeah, go on, next one.
Second one, there's 3 of them you gotta get. Letter is W.
Yeah.
The clue, that lad's got bad asthma.
That lad has got bad
I've got that
asthma.
one already. I've got that one already.
W.
Yeah.
And finally, the last one is the letter C.
Yeah.
And, the cryptic clue
is Carl is one of these.
Mousetrap is that musical, isn't it? This isn't a clue, by the way. It is called Mousetrap, isn't it?
There's not a musical.
It's not a musical, but it's a whodunit sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Right, here's a clue. I saw that,
Imagine that. Imagine that on the real Blockbusters.
Yeah, mate. Bob Owen is going, oh, can we stop a minute? Oi, you with the 9 teddy bears there. Mouse shop, that's a show, isn't it, in London, isn't it? I think so, Bob, yeah. Right, okay, here we go.
Yeah, carry on. So the camera's back on?
Yeah.
So the letter is C, and the cryptic clue. I saw that mouse trap the other night, but the heating in the theatre was knackered.
What?
The heating in the theatre was knackered, right? Ruined it.
Well, I've got that one already as well.
Yeah?
I mean, these are, the first one's hard, but those two
So
are
just a quick
ridiculous.
reminder, JT was the first one.
At the moment, I'm in a river full of logs.
Full of logs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second one, W, that lad's got bad asthma.
Yeah.
And the last one, C, I saw that mouse trap the other night, but the heating in the theatre was knackered, and it ruined the whole thing.
Okay. And ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk is the email address. You can win
I'm confused in a river
various
full of logs,
treats,
actually.
including
I'm in a
Stigmata.
I'm in
with
a
Gabriel
river full
Byrne.
of logs.
Yeah.
I'm in a river full of logs.
Well, we'll do it in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, you've
20
got to
minutes
stay
think
tuned
about
for the
it.
answers.
It's not the quickest, so don't go rushing and sort of messing it up. Think about it, and it's random email anyway, so there's no rush, alright?
And if you want to email, you're welcome to say, please do not send me the prizes even if I win. Welcome to put that on there if you don't want that junk in your house.
Right. The reason we usually sort of play a record out of an ad break, don't we?
Yeah.
Carl is so concerned with his little competition, he hasn't got a record ready.
Sure.
Got one.
Okay.
Sorry, Larry.
Yeah.
Do you want to do a quick recap, quick recap?
Yeah,
Oh, I can't bother to even just say it. I'm not interested. I'm just not interested.
Yeah, go on,
Recap,
quick.
Still send your emails in. JT, it's some initials of a band, just in case you didn't hear it last week. If I said AK and an exploding pet, that would be Atomic Kitten.
Yeah.
Right?
They know what a clue is.
So JT, at the moment, I'm in a river full of logs.
Yeah.
W, that lad's got bad asthma. And C, I saw that mouse trap the other night. The heating wasn't working, it ruined the night. And, yeah, that's it. Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. Some stuff.
Stigmata. With Gabriel Byrne.
Richard Ashcroft. Check the meaning. Oh, I love that. That's brilliant. On XFM 104.9. Ricky Gervais with me, Steve Merchant. Karl Pilkington, who's our producer. A proper producer now.
Producer.
No, but he's getting but it's more like it now, isn't it? Before he was someone who pressed the buttons, then he was someone who pressed the buttons who we just made talk like a performing monkey.
I hear he's going to be lured away by the Today programme on Radio 4. Because they've lost their news editor, I think.
Educating Ricky, quite topical.
Absolutely.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Well,
it?
so when you say topical,
What do you mean
this is topical. Well, this happened ages ago.
Yeah.
Your words, not mine.
Have they got a Ricky who works there?
We can look into that. So
this is the
Carl
big
set a
prizes they've got to be given
competition.
away, Rick. They've got to be given away.
This is Rockbuster.
We've got, obviously the big prize Stigmata this week.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give the prize to Ira, I think it's Ira or Ira, but she or he, emailed in, the right answers and then said if you could enclose the receipt for Stigmata, that would be much appreciated. But I'm amazed by the number of responses we've had.
And someone wants a copy of Tony Banks's solo album, which I was mucking around, so we better buy that in the week to give it away, because I think that'd be an amazing prize to give away.
If you just give the clues
do
again.
the clues and then just give the answer.
Come
Come on.
what the answers are.
Right, well, the one that everyone was struggling with was the first one.
Yeah.
I'll save that, so we'll go to the second one. W,
Yeah,
that lad's got bad asthma.
yeah, we know that.
That was Weezer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good work, well done.
The last one, C, the clue was, I saw that mouse trap the other day. The heating was knackered in the restaurant.
Yeah.
In the restaurant?
In the theatre.
Yeah.
And it ruined the night.
Yeah, so it was a cold play, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's a cold
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
And JT, at the moment, I'm in
No,
a
I
river-
can't think of this one.
At the moment, I'm in a river full of logs.
Well, I have to say there were some wrong answers. What was it again?
It was Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake. We had some wrong answers that included Jethro Tull and James Taylor. I don't know how that relates to it at all.
I'm annoyed at Lake when he clearly said river. I mean, that's the first thing that cropped up. Not I'm in some water full of logs at the moment. Yeah, I'm in some water full of logs. But he actually had to say river, so not lake. That annoys me. I mean, I didn't get it. Fair enough. I should have worked it out. I should have tried to think
lot of
like
people
you.
did get it.
A lot of people obviously think like you, which is which I'm, worried about. But yeah, James Taylor is great.
that's just someone-
James Taylor.
Just
yeah,
someone guessing.
yeah. James
So,
Taylor works.
Have we got a winner, Steve? He's just going to randomly pick one.
I did have a winner. I've just lost them.
Oh,
Needless to say, that lucky person.
won't be watching Stigmata tonight. Just randomly get it's a draw,
random.
by the way. It's not the
It's
first
just-
one. or
okay,
anything.
I'll just-
I said to Carl in the break, I said, "Is the first one in?" He went, "No." I don't want a competition that relies on speed, because I don't want to be rushed.
Okay,
So randomly click on someone.
I'm just gonna randomly click on one.
Go on.
They've not put an address.
Well, what we can do, we can email back and say, send us your address.
Well,
of course you can.
I think if they haven't put an address.
Well, no, let's read
Okay,
it
hang on,
out.
alright.
Yeah.
Chris Beaumont.
He's the
Lucky
winner.
Chris Beaumont as
Chris
one.
Beaumont will be watching Stigmata tonight with a club of Hagen-Dazs, if I'm not much mistaken. He'll be loving it.
Well done to Chris.
Need his
Yeah.
address. Right then.
That's the end of that competition.
Right,
Can we
let's-
play a record or something?
Well,
Carl's been on holiday again, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because Carl, you don't do anything.
And you have weekends off. You take at least 5 or 6 weeks holiday a year, even though you haven't got a job now. You're meant to be doing this, and yet you still
So
go
your
on
whole
holiday.
life's a holiday, basically.
Yeah, why do you need a holiday to you potter around? Your big day last week was going to the cobblers. So why do you need a break so much this week?
it's just that, you know, it's good for your brain and that, isn't it? It opens it up a bit.
You are not evidence for that.
Where did you go
Gran Canaria.
for a week?
Yeah.
Just sitting around.
Well, there isn't much else to do at Gran Canaria. I mean, I don't want to go slagging a place off, because every time I seem to talk about somewhere, get into trouble for it. But it's just like a big rock. It's just volcanic, innit?
And you must have looked like a little barnacle on that.
Have you been there before?
Been near it before to another rock, which was just.
But
it was
what,
the
you
same
had your
sort of
fingers
thing.
burned, why did you go back?
Because you think, well, they can't have loads of these islands that are the same, like just a big rock with hotels on. They can't get away with it. So you think,
And they
well, the
obviously
next
are
one.
getting away with it. But why do you keep going to these places that are rocks? Why don't you investigate first? Ask your travel agent, is this a giant rock?
Because that's what you do, innit? You go and find out yourself. I mean, when Armstrong went to the moon, what was he expecting up there? That's a fact. That's a big rock, and he still went all that way.
I don't know what that point was.
No, so
Fair enough.
what I'm saying is, though,
What do you make of this place? You enjoy it, Gran Canaria? It was just a big rock, but did you
I bet the moon was better.
Really?
What did you do?
It was just one of them. It was a big hotel, like big, massive places where there's loads of people, and you know you go for your dinner.
That describes a hotel.
Yeah.
No,
Sounds like one to me.
You've nailed that.
I've been to a few, that sounds like it.
No, but do you know what I mean? Though there's the nice small ones where it's just enough people, but this is like mental, and it was full of old people, really. I mean that's probably why it's called Gran Canaria, right? Because it's just
Grannies
old people.
everywhere.
Yeah, right. But what I thought I'd start doing is start a diary.
Okay, why?
Just because I sort of had a bit of time on my hands and that. Just thought, write it down, write stuff down.
And do you hope that this one day will become one of the great literary documents like Samuel Pepys' diary?
I haven't heard of that. Is it any good?
You've never heard of Samuel Pepys' diary?
No,
The most famous diary other than probably Anne Frank's.
I've heard of Anne Frank's and that, and I thought if she's sat in a loft, knocking stuff up, not much going on in her life at that point, yet she
Sure.
was still writing it down.
Yeah, whereas
Thought,
you've
well,
been
I'm
to
on
Gran
holiday.
Canaria, yeah.
I thought, so there is stuff going on that I can chat about. Start a diary.
Sure.
You started a diary.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do? Did you keep it up every day?
Yeah, just...
Oh, can I read it, please?
Well, a diary is meant to be sort of...
Please, can I read some out on this podcast? Carl.
Some of it, though, is only relevant to me. It's sort of...
Oh, this is... Please, give me it. Oh, my God.
I mean, this isn't... I haven't just...
Look how big it is!
It's one of those desk diaries.
It's huge. It's about a foot long, and it's Oh, that is amazing. Imagine if Anne Franks had been like that. As she got out, right, everyone would have heard it clank down on the desk.
Yeah, but my writing's quite big, isn't it?
Oh, look, give us
Oh,
that. Give us that.
Do you know about joined up writing? Have you
This
heard
is
about
There's
that?
no point.
Amazing.
Sometimes you can't read it, can you? So it's
Right,
best
okay.
to look at ancient
look,
times.
oh my God, it starts on the first day. This is wonderful. Going on holiday to Gran Canaria today. Woke up to the news that Tony Banks had died. There was a piece on the news about how everyone was shocked. Got me thinking about an invention that would be good. Right, a watch that counted down your life. If it says you've got 3 days left, go to the doctors. Told Suzanne about invention. She said she wouldn't buy one. But she said that about the iPod.
How would this device work, this watch? I mean, how would you know when you were about to die? Is that a concern? Again, not for you to worry about, presumably the boffins and
No, all I was thinking is that Tony Banks fella, you know, he died and everyone was shocked about it. But if you had like a little watch on...
But how does it work? You can't just say, wouldn't it be good? How would this work? Yeah, I imagine you're in the patent office going, got an idea. They go, oh, certainly, Mr. Pilkington, what's your idea? Watch, they're counting down your life. Oh, how does that work?
Just wear it, just pop it on your wrist.
No, what do you mean, just pop it on your wrist? How does it work, just pop it on your wrist? Brilliant. You're an idiot.
Well, it's interesting that he goes on. The flight to Gran Canaria was a bit bumpy. I thought about the clock that counts down your life again, and I wondered if it would know if you were going to die in a disaster. No, he's querying his own design.
He's wondering if it would know. He's invented this.
And now he's not even sure. A fella on the plane was reading Koi Mag. It was a fishing magazine. I glanced over and noticed he was reading the Pond of the Month article. Don't think they could make it into a weekly magazine. Well, to be fair to you, because I remember seeing a guy on the train once reading Carp Monthly, a magazine dedicated entirely to carp, and it had Carp of the Month. And I just thought, you know, once you're like 3 months in, the editor must be stressing. Have we got any more carp? We got a carp that's actually done anything?
I reckon if they used the same one twice, there wouldn't be many complaints.
No one would be noticing.
No, that's the carp they used 2 years ago.
There was a really fat bloke on the plane. He was playing on his PSP. While I waited to go to the toilet, I looked at what game he was playing. It was darts. He's that fat and lazy, you can't even face playing a more active game on a games console. Me and Suzanne got off the coach along with a couple of old people. One of them was in a wheelchair. I don't think it was wise of them to come to a volcanic island with a wheelchair. Everywhere's pretty rough, paving and slopey. Guess I'll keep an eye on it as the weeks go on. Day 2 in Gran Canaria.
Brilliant, we're only at day 2.
The hotel's a bit odd. I've never seen as many cross-eyed people in one location.
That's enough, isn't it?
That's amazing!
Well, you may as well let me read on a bit more.
No, this is amazing.
We'll come back to
This
it
is a
later
brilliant diary. This might be the best diary ever written. Oh.
While sat listening to the Kinks on my iPod, I wondered if everybody thinks in their accent. I know I do. What's this? What are you talking about?
Just that, you know, when I've been sat there lying on the lounger, right, and I was thinking about stuff.
How do you know you think in your accent? Tell me a typical thought.
Because what I mean is, say if I was like, if I saw something, right, do you know how I say, like, oh, that's a bit weird, isn't it?
No, but
that was
I don't
being
have
said.
to. But when you think, I don't think the sentence is like I'm saying it. It's just a thought. The thought appears. It's conceptual and it's already there. It's not like I go, Rick, what? Just looking at that fellow over there, were you? Yeah, I was. Yeah. I was thinking it looks a bit weird. Oh, so was I. I don't think out whole sentences.
Whereas you have Carl, stop listening to the Kinks for a minute. Look over there. More cross-eyed people.
No, well, that's
Is that how your mind works?
In a way, yeah. And
Brilliant.
that's when because I
That
thought
explains a lot.
It's great that he has to think about whole sentences.
because I thought that's weird, isn't it? Like I didn't think that's weird, isn't it? And I thought I actually think in my accent. And then I thought, does Stephen Hawking, does he when he's doing his maths and that? Is he? I don't know where he's from, so I don't know what his accent would be like.
I think he's from Kent or Cambridge or Oxford. Or something.
Right. So
you think he might think in his
voice, in that voice,
computerised
box
voice?
Just wondered.
Had lunch inside today due to shite weather. Sat next to an old fella. Old men's ears and noses carry on growing as they get older. Suzanne noticed his fingers were fat too. Maybe they continue to grow. Suzanne didn't laugh when I said her arse had the same problem. Day 3, cloudy start to the day. Had pie and chips in a cafe. Had a bit of an argument with Suzanne because I thought it was daft that we were paying for food when we were on an all-inclusive holiday. Changed my mind when I saw they sold pie though. The cafe was called Tattoos. The fellow who owned it didn't have any tattoos. But we never saw his wife.
Oh, brilliant.
Had a drink in a bar. Everyone sat and watched one of the local cats lick its bollocks.
It's the greatest holiday in the world. That's the entertainment in that town.
Went back to the hotel and had a sleep before tea. I love the fact you're moaning about old people, but you're just as bad.
You've done nothing so far.
He's done nothing, he's got a big hip. Woke up to news about ducks being badly treated. There was a really ugly one with bent legs.
I'm gonna die! Why does he write this down? Oh, God. Oh.
There is a fat bloke from Bolton who is in the pool as I write this. He's got a big tattoo on his back, but I can't work out what it is. ... He just got out of the pool and burped. Just felt like you had to keep us abreast of that.
Everything's in the diary. I just seen it get to the point where you're going, breathed in,
Yeah.
breathed out again.
There was a big fat fella in the sea who kept his t-shirt on. If you're big and fat, is there more chance of you getting burnt because there's more of you on show? I asked Suzanne, and she said she didn't know in that sort of not listening kind of way. I wanted to hang about to see if the fat bloke was going to get in the kayak, but Suzanne said we had to head back. Just let him wait in to see if he's going to capsize. We go home today, so we got up early to get the last bit of cloud.
No, it's just that it wasn't. It's not that sunny all the time. I mean, I was sat in weather that if it was like that here, there's no way I'd be sat in the garden.
Yeah.
But because you're on holiday, it's like, well, we got to sit in it. Put your coat on.
So are you going to continue to write this diary? Every single day?
It's amazing. Keep this diary up. It's amazing.
No, I will keep it up, because what I find as well is, I think earlier on, before I went away, I think I did learn something, and because I wrote it down, I remembered it a bit better. So
What was that?
I just was thinking then, I forgot it now, but but I remembered looking back at it and not having to read it all, because I remembered the end of it before I read it, if you know what I mean.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh. When you're a kid, like, any American you ever meet is the coolest thing. It doesn't matter if he's a huge fat bloke wearing Bermuda shorts and a camera on his neck. It's cool because they speak with an American accent.
Well, that is cool.
And they say
being a huge fat bloke in Bermuda shorts is cool.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's what you keep telling yourself.
Yeah.
I'm growing into that look, says Rick. 41.
The Canadian tourist look.
Absolutely. But no, so anything, sidewalk.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could say, like, when I was sort of 14, if I could have said sidewalk, fender, I always wanted to go into a sandwich shop and just order something on rye.
I want to be one of those 80-year-old sort of Yiddish blokes. Those old, sort of like old vaudeville Jewish guys. That they sit in diners and talk, like Walter Matthau talks.
Right,
and like that. I wanna grow into that. A long coat and I'll go, ish.
Oy vey.
Yeah, maybe I'll start.
Yeah. Well, convert to Judaism initially.
Yeah.
Be your first protocol, and then just tour the vaudevillian, circuit.
Yeah.
In the Catskills.
Or the might, some kind of schmuck.
Yeah.
Something like that.
What do you, Carl? Would you like to be American?
No, not at all.
Really?
Got me nerves. When I was in
Get on my nerves.
When
a whole nation there reduced.
When I was in Barbados at Christmas.
Oh, name dropping.
Right. Yeah. There's loads of them there, because that's.
Was that when you were doing a bit of extra sort of waiting? Was that you were sort of your girlfriend was cleaning rooms, wasn't she?
Went there for Christmas, and there's loads of them there, because that's like really close to America. That's like Blackpool is to Manchester type.
It's exactly like that.
Yep. So
that's the analogy a lot of Americans use.
So,
but I think they call it the tropical Blackpool.
But they were going on.
That's only all the brochures, I'm sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And serious now, but we're going on about the September 11th thing.
Yeah.
But they call it the. Of course, this is American. Of course,
brilliant.
The 9/11.
The 9/11.
That's what they call it.
Really? Oh, that's awful. That is so. It's like people who say 24/7.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm working
Americans
my
say
ass
that.
off 24/7.
Well, Americans that say
Yeah.
that. Well, they're allowed though.
Oh, Americans are. I'm talking about an English person who might say it.
Yeah.
Fool. Yeah, no, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Do that American accent again.
Yeah, of course. The 9/11.
Where are you from?
What? Can we
Which part of America is that?
That's how they sounded in Barbados.
Sure.
Sure. But
Can you do any other impression?
But Carl doesn't. I very much doubt that Carl likes newfangled countries like America.
Yeah.
He doesn't like London.
No, true.
So he's not gonna
Have you been
like.
to America?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Went to Florida. No, they got me again.
Got on your nerves?
Yeah. Went for some food.
Yeah.
And it was the last few days. I didn't take much money with me, and we were in Florida, and we were hungry, and we went for some steak. And we had our dinner and that, and I think it's their equivalent to the Angus Steakhouse.
Yeah.
Right.
And sat down, had the steak, and that's huge, big portions. But anyway, we didn't have much money left, and we had like another 2 days left, so we didn't leave. We didn't have much money for a tip. Do you know over there they expect it?
Yeah, a big tip, yeah.
So we left what we could, and I don't know what it was. It might have only been the equivalent to 60 pence.
Yeah.
But he didn't have to do that much. We didn't have loads of courses because we didn't have much money. So he brought us like the main course, and I don't know, a couple of Diet Cokes. And anyway, left him the 60p.
Yeah.
On the way out, and he comes running over. Excuse me, sir, you can have this back. Because it wasn't enough. I mean...
Yeah.
It's outrageous.
What did you say?
I said, alright then. Well, I needed it. I mean, I thought it was nice to leave them something, but obviously it wasn't enough, so... Got us a couple of more...
Is it good fun with you on holiday? I mean, do you enjoy yourself?
Yeah.
Do people go with you on holiday?
I get bored after about 4 days.
You surprise me.
What do you expect out of a holiday, Carl? What do you go
sort
for?
of soak up some of the culture.
Yeah.
You liar! You liar!
What did you learn about Barbados while you were there?
A lot of crabs on the beach.
I just imagine him sitting there with his knotted hanky on his head. I like that.
Not bad.
Bit of Gary Newman there. That's Richard X and Sugar Babes. Are Freaks Electric.
Is that one of those things where they've taken one song and they've laid it over the top of the other?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
It's good, no?
No, it's good.
I like that. Good.
Yeah, it's good. Classy.
Yeah, well, we're nearly done, aren't we?
We are almost finished.
Which is a couple of great tracks.
We've had a few laughs.
Maybe we've had a few laughs, haven't we?
Exactly.
I've perked up.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah,
You've
no,
lost it here a bit though. You feel a bit. It sounds like you're a bit down again.
Well, that's just 2 hours work in one long stretch.
Yeah.
I reckon we could do a 3-hour show now.
No.
No?
No.
Skin of the teeth, sort of just.
Yeah, we barely got away with this.
Really?
This is beginning to fall apart now.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Oh.
But yeah, we've had a
fun,
good time.
though.
We've had a few laughs, as I say.
I just think of Carl on the beach. He said he started winding the crabs up because he got bored. He started throwing sand at them. It's like a child's experiment.
When you were in California, you weren't aggravating butterflies, were you? Because, that's a misdemeanor.
Scary though, the weather's really freaky.
Where?
In California.
Is it?
Yeah. In the day it's dead nice, come 6 o'clock it goes black, and then the rain comes down. It's freaky.
Is that every single day, Carl, or was that just the week you were there?
Every day, I was there for about a week, it happened every day.
So as far as you're concerned, that happens all year round?
Yeah, good thing.
So what you're saying is if people are booking a holiday, they should be conscious of this, because it will always happen.
Californian tour.
That's
I think
fact.
It does. I think it does.
But why did you start throwing sand at crabs, by the way?
Just because you get bored on the beach, you sat there, you look around, and then I saw these crabs, and I was watching the way they move around, and what they
funny,
do,
innit?
Sort of to...
That annoy you, the way they moved?
No, I mean, it works for them.
Good of you.
But, it was just, what I was weighing up is, they're quite close to the sea, so I was watching the sea come...
They like it close to the sea, don't they?
Yeah, but they don't like it too close.
No.
So, like, the sea was coming close to them, they'd run towards me.
Yeah.
So as the sea came in to them, I was chucking sand the other way, and it was like, ooh.
They didn't know what to do.
They didn't know where to go.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
How long did that keep you occupied for?
The last 3 days I was there. Maybe.
Have you ever seen, I don't know if I've described this before, do you remember a classic Paul Daniels episode where Paul is having tea with some baboons, I think? Chimps, full circle. And he's got a little box, and inside the box is a mirror. And he gives it to the chimp, and it looks in the box, and it's confused by its own reflection. It can't figure it out. So it's looking behind the box, trying to figure out, is there another monkey behind it?
Yeah.
It goes on like that. It's dazed and confused. It was there for weeks, just staring into it. I imagine you're a bit like that on the beach with the crabs.
Yeah, that's great.
I think that's my analogy.
Paul
Paul Daniels chimps.
Yeah. I kept a crab once for a week. When we went to Bognor, it was me, my mum, and my nan in an...
Oh, party time. Oh, man alive.
Look. You haven't
You
lived until you've woken up to the sound at 3 o'clock in the morning of your nan having a wee in a tin bucket and echoing round a caravan.
Man alive.
Yeah, I was about 9.
You'd brought a chick back.
I was about 9, right? And I just kept a crab in a first day.
In the bucket?
In a. I don't know where it came from. No, I found it on the beach and I brought it back and I kept it in a little bowl in the sink. And then the last day, it started to smell a bit. And then the last day, Mum said, go and put it back. And I went and put it back. So I had a pet crab for a week.
And did it die? What happened to it?
No, it just got bored.
Sure.
It didn't do a lot.
Did it start throwing sand at you? Oh. Listen, I think we better play some music because we've got a few songs to squeeze in. I just wanted to play a track. I was watching MTV the other day and I was a bit confused.
Yeah, so was I. I like that.
Because, I saw a video for the Electric Soft Parade's Silent to the Dark.
Yeah.
But it was called Silent to the Dark 2. But it was the same song. It sounds like they've redone it. The video is different to the old video. I was very confused. Hopefully someone will phone in and solve it for me. Anyway, this is the original Silent to the Dark. Still a good track. Let's hear it, Carl. Silent to the Dark, the debut single by the Electric Soft Parade.
I like that.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good choice there.
Apparently discovered by XFM. Is that right, Carl?
Yeah, sent a tape into Claire Sturgis.
You see?
Big time now.
What did she do with it? And sold it.
Yeah.
Got a little £5 starter bag of skag.
Exactly. Oh,
And the
bless
rest
her.
is history. Well, I've enjoyed myself.
I have.
But can I just say, we don't just like, you know, muck around and do stupid things and play great music. We're also informative. And
We
I'm
are.
going to leave London with this tip that Carl, for no reason, just told me. Do you want to do it, Carl, or shall I tell him what you just said?
Rick, we haven't got much time. You better explain it.
Yeah,
Okay. If you got, he said, you've been on the Millennium Wheel. I went, no. He went, well, if you do, here's a tip. Go when there's lots of disabled people on there. And I was up for it. I went, why? He went, you get more for your money. Because they have to keep stopping and letting them off. You get an extra 6 minutes. Alright?
Good, solid advice if you're
So
maybe
do
gonna
that
get
then.
there today or tomorrow.
Yeah. Thanks.
Song for the ladies, Rick. I'll leave you with Lamb Chop. A lot of people aren't a fan of Lamb Chop for some reason. They don't like the way he sings, but this is a beautiful song.
That's the reason.
Up with people. See ya.
Bye.
Track 1, side 1, the first Talking Heads album, Uh-Oh, Love Comes to Town.
On XFM 104.9.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's Rockbusters results, isn't it?
Okay.
Alright. Do
Brilliant.
you want the prizes, by the way?
Not really.
Not bothered?
No.
Right, some videos and DVDs
Yeah,
and that,
yeah,
some good stuff in there.
VHS, I hope.
Couple.
$4.99.
Is that one about
TV
weather?
titles. What?
There's the weather one. That's going to be on telly. Donald McIntyre.
Oh, yeah.
That's in there, if you want that.
Yeah. He reckons Donald McIntyre ripped him off because he did a thing about how much it costs to have a chimp, cheap as chimps. What was the other thing you think someone ripped you off? Rockbusters.
Ken Bruce on Radio 2 is doing Songs of Phrase. He was doing that over Christmas. I took 1 week off. He's in there.
And when he heard that Donald McIntyre was doing a programme about wind, he thought he was moving on Auntie Nora.
Right.
Snow Patrol and Run on XFM 104.9.
Yeah, not bad at all, not bad at all.
So everyone had a good Christmas though, yeah? Really? Carl, even though it was like a little bit Lanzagrotte, it was a nice Christmas.
Yeah.
What was the book you read, by the way? Someone just emailed in and wanted to know. What was the book you read?
It was The Governor.
The Governor?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Did you buy Suzanne a gift in the end? Which you surprised her with on
I
Christmas
did,
Day?
yeah, after that show that we did before Christmas.
Yeah.
I was walking home thinking, oh, might as well treat her then.
Yeah.
Went and got her a necklace.
Nice.
Actually, she said she wanted a necklace, but I didn't know which one, but went and got one.
Yeah.
And she was happy with that.
Yeah. That shut her up.
yeah, yeah.
But, yeah.
And did she get you
your gift back?
She did get me something, yeah.
See, we knew she
Of course
would.
she would.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, she got me a little Game Boy Advance to take on holiday, because she
Brilliant.
knows I get bored.
Lovely.
Right? So that was good, but I was like, hang on a minute. I know how much I spent,
Oh,
and I know how much these are, right? But I was clever though. When I got to the airport, I bought her to get me an extra, bought me an extra game for it.
Yeah.
Got the value.
Of course.
when you were growing up, did you wait to ask your mum for sweets right at the counter so the woman would embarrass her into getting you it?
What, you mean just slip it in the basket?
Well, no, just wait till there's some, a stranger watching before you ask for sweets.
Can I have a Kinder Egg?
Did you sit in front of Suzanne when it got to Suzanne, can you get me something else? Because remember I spent more on that necklace than you did like Game Boy Advance. And the woman in Dixon's goes, oh, you better get him something else. She goes, oh, bloody hell, alright then.
No. She did well though. You know what I mean?
She's done well to keep you, hasn't she?
Did well.
Because you're such a find.
You're quite a catch.
Yeah, she must wake up every morning and go, ooh, I am the luckiest girl in the world.
Well, she told you that the other night.
What?
She said the other night how good it is living with me.
Oh yeah! I said to Suzanne, it must be great, because I only see him 2 hours a week and I like to squeeze his little head. You can do that all day, every day. Does she ever squeeze your head?
No.
No?
No. It's like that thing though, isn't it? It's like when you work in a chocolate factory. You get sick of it, don't you? If it's there all the time.
Yeah, she must think, well, I could squeeze that head any time I wanted. It's not worth it. I just,
What about your Christmas?
My dad, I'm wondering if you're turning into my dad, because he bought my mum a bracelet. He won't mind me talking about this, because he said you'll probably talk about this on the radio, and you're right, Dad, I am talking about it. He bought my mum a little gold bracelet, lovely gift, you know, it was a lovely thing, and she opened it, she loved it, and everyone thought, what a great gift, lovely gift. He wouldn't stop talking about it. He wouldn't stop talking about the gift he bought. He kept on grabbing my mum's arm and showing it to people. Look at that. Look at the gleam on that.
The gleam!
See, look at the shine on that. Look at the gleam there. Look at that.
Gleam!
And do you know what he said? He said the great thing about that's pure gold. He went, it's an investment. That's an investment, there. Because gold, you know, that's always worth selling gold.
I love that when people get you a gift and it goes, it's an investment. I love it.
But what, not only does it sort of take away any of the romanticism of it, but it was the way he constantly was talking about how great a gift it was that he bought.
I haven't heard the word gleam for 30 years.
Look at the gleam on that.
The gleam!
Look at that, look at the sparkle on that, and look at that, and it looks like rope. That's what he kept saying, it looks like rope. It looks like gold rope. And he just I don't know, I heard it, he disappeared, we were opening gifts, he went disappear, I could hear him in the kitchen going, think about that's pure gold, that, Elaine, that's pure gold.
I might melt that down.
Yeah. John, next door neighbour, John, look at that! Look at the shine on that!
That's great, that's brilliant though!
But it's just, it sort of undermine the gift a bit, if you keep on droning on about how great it is.
If people enjoy giving, that's nice, isn't it? And you gotta, you know, what did your mum say? She loved it.
She couldn't get a word in edgeways.
That's a step up from a jar of coffee, though, isn't it?
It is a step up, yeah.
That's good. Oh. What about yours?
I didn't get my mum and dad anything this
What?
time. No, because I'm always treating them anyway. Whenever if they need a few quid, if I can help
Well,
them,
you
I
are
do.
the gift that keeps on giving, Carl.
No, but don't just go giving anything just for the sake of it. You know what I mean? Wait for the time that's right, sort of thing. Just 'cause it's Christmas. Because
yeah, I mean, there's no better time, is there, really?
No, I just was going to say my mum and dad didn't get me anything, but they did.
What did they get?
But, just some money.
Mm.
But, I'll get them something when the time's right, do you know what I mean? They always need bits and pieces through the year, so...
Yeah.
I'll look after them.
Sure.
But, it was weird being away on
Has anyone got caught onto the fact that, you know, they leave groceries in the telephone box near your dad yet?
No, that's still going on.
Is it?
Going on, yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic, isn't it? That is just fantastic. So when he needs a loaf of bread, pint of milk, just goes down. Does he ever give that as gifts?
Now listen, are we doing the film thing in a bit?
Oh.
Got more prizes.
Yeah.
Is it better than Rockbusters?
It's alright, I did it in a bit of a rush because I was only in yesterday, wasn't I?
Sure.
Well, yeah, if you take 3 holidays a year, then there's not enough time for the work. Me and Steve like to, you know, put our priority into, you know, doing the work, coming up with a good product, and getting a holiday when we can. You know, I haven't really.
I love a holiday, Rick, you know.
I love a holiday.
But I don't do the holidays for me, it's for Suzanne, isn't it? She's the one who likes going away.
With
so
you?
I'll just go, so I'll go with her, do me bit.
When you were playing Game Boy, right, and you'd looked in the hole, and you were reading your book, what is she doing?
She'll make things seem more interesting to me. Do you know what I mean? So like, when we're at the Owl, and the bus driver said, you've got an hour here, I said, why have I got an hour here? I go to a funeral with someone who I loved in a ground and don't spend an hour around it. Why do I want to... Do you know what I mean? Why do I want to spend an hour looking in this?
Wasn't that terrible when you just shot up in all this magma?
Yeah.
That was terrible, wasn't it? That was the worst funeral you'd ever been to, wasn't it?
But she'll
I'll tell you, that would make funerals more interesting.
If they just, it was a cremation and a burial.
Yeah.
You just put them in a volcano and they go 2,
shooting back
3, here they go, wee, up to heaven.
I was having a conversation with my flatmate about songs that would be inappropriate to have at your wedding, at your funeral. And
Horny, surely is one.
It, yeah, was
it horny,
Yeah,
really?
that was the first one we came up with. I'm horny, 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 horny.
Oh,
that was the first one we came up with.
Isn't Robbie Williams' Angels one of the,
Yes.
biggest
and
ones?
I think Wind Beneath Your Wings.
Yeah.
I think is apparently quite popular.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's play that on in Auras, aren't you?
Bit of Boston?
Yeah.
A bit of who? Busted?
Boston, more than
Boston,
a feeling.
right.
Much more than a feeling. Boston, more than a feeling. XFM 104.9. Well, another big moment here. We've had Rockbusters. Now we're gonna have Carl's film quiz thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's film quiz thing. I've done Planet of the Apes, right? Because one of the things we did in Lanzarote went on this tour with sort of 3 northern blokes, and they didn't really know what they were talking about.
Joking. You're joking. What? Northerners not know what they're talking about. You're having a laugh.
No, they'd obviously sort of not had much luck here, right, and thought, let's go over to Lanzarote, buy some vans, right, get people in it, we'll do a tour of the island. And whenever someone asks the question, like, what year did the volcano happen, they go, oh, we'll take you to the visitor centres, you can read about it there. So they never actually answered anything, right? So they were useless. But one of the things that they told us was that Planet of the Apes was filmed in Lanzarote.
Right, okay.
Right?
That makes sense.
A bit of it. Well, does it? Does it make sense?
Well, what do you
Alright,
mean,
well, maybe
does
it was, maybe it wasn't. Okay, anyway.
No, I mean, if they wanted to show sort of an Aaron, sort of barren, sort of post-apocalyptic sort of subject, choose where you went on holiday.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, but when we were there, he took us to this sort of beach, and I said, is this where they did it? And he was like, yeah. I said, what, right there, yeah. And I watched it, and I couldn't see where I was.
Yeah, you know that if you watch a film from 1968 and you've been to the same place, you're not going to feature. They're not going to see you in the back walking along the beach.
It's a new one, new Planet of the Apes.
Oh, the recent Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, that's what they said. Yeah.
Right.
Harry from Canterbury wants to know whether any of us have ever had any cruel nicknames. He claims that he's quite tall and rather hirsute, and he says he's often called Lurch or Wolfie. He's always thought that Carl looks a bit like Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah. No, there's no potato that round, but I suppose you could fashion a potato to be that round.
Yeah.
Maybe we could, if anyone can carve a potato into the roundest head ever, pop a couple of eyes on it.
Make it look as much like Carl as possible.
Exactly.
But yeah, any nicknames? Did you ever have a nickname, Rick?
No, mine was boring. I didn't have any. It was just around the name, like Gerv or something like that. No, I didn't have nicknames.
I always wanted a nickname. I just thought it was quite cool for some reason, particularly because gangsters always seem to have nicknames.
Lefty.
You know, Fingers,
Yeah.
Lefty, yeah. Scarface.
Yeah.
And so I decided that I thought, because no one was giving me a nickname at school, it was kind of annoying, or certainly not to my face,
Yeah.
that I decided to just come up with one.
Yeah.
And so I remember I was at lunch once, and I just said to my mate Phil,
How old were you?
12, 13.
Brilliant.
I just said to him, Phil, don't know if you know, mate, but people aren't calling me Steve anymore. Everyone's calling me Spud now. Now, I don't know why I thought Spud. It's weird. We should talk about Mr. Potato Head. I don't know why I thought Spud was a cool nickname. I think
It's a grown-up name, though, isn't it?
and it's also because I think it sounded like it was probably either something that you'd find in one of those kids' books, like the Famous Five, or like the Bash Street Kids. There'd be Spud, and I always imagine with Spud, he's not the leader of the gang, but he's a reliable member.
I think
You know what I mean?
Spud is the biggest lorry driver in one particular sort of car park.
Yeah.
Here comes Spud.
Yeah.
And he gets out, all right, boys. And he's big and massive, and Spud can eat 2 breakfasts.
Exactly, yeah. But I just, in my mind, it was, that I would be one day part of a gang, and it's, I'm Pinky, this is Jojo, and the tall guy's Spud.
And it didn't catch on,
never
did it?
really caught. And he just went, oh yeah, right. And no one started, and I was hoping he'd go, everyone's calling Steve Spud.
Yeah.
But of course-
Hey, Spud, the first time I said Spud, you go, what?
Yeah, exactly.
You'd be really proud, wouldn't you? No.
Did you have a nickname?
Not really. I mean, there was a lot of people on the estate that I grew up on. Nicknames are big things on estates and that.
Yeah.
A lot of my dad's mates, right? What their nicknames did was tell you about them. Do you know how I said about the Elephant Man's a good name?
Yeah.
Because, you know what you're going to get. If someone said, Elephant Man's popping around in a bit, it wouldn't be a shock when he walked in.
Yeah.
Right? So it worked in that sort of thing. So there was John the Screw, right?
John the Screw?
Yeah.
Well, he had sex a lot, or he worked in a prison?
No, he had a DIY shop. so you had him, right? There was Fred the Veg.
Yeah.
Which is...
I assume it's because he was at the same IQ as you.
Or he was in a coma.
Yeah.
Right.
There was my uncle, Tattoo Stan.
All right.
Yeah. He had like loads of tattoos that he'd just done himself.
Oh my God.
The problem was, because he did his tattoos himself, the ones on his left arm were really good. Because he was right-handed. On his right arm, rubbish. Right? So there was him.
Great.
And there was Jimmy the Hat.
Jimmy the Hat?
Yeah.
Did he always wear a hat?
No, he didn't. That was the point there. That he never wore a hat.
That's amazing. Brilliant. How can you pick up on someone never wearing a hat? How would you ever notice? I'll tell you what, I've noticed something about Jimmy. What?
Go on.
He doesn't wear a hat. why was he not called Jimmy the Parrot? Because he never carries a parrot.
No, but that's just the way. I mean, that's how they work in it. I mean,
Here comes Jimmy 3 Legs. Why'd you call him that? He hasn't got 3 legs.
I didn't really have one apart from like I had a CB. You know, like when you'd go on a CB radio and have a chat to people.
Oh, this was a craze in the was it late 70s, early 80s?
Sort of early 80s.
And it was just short band radio, wasn't it? Everyone had these little handsets and they'd speak to each other in the sort of local area.
Yeah, it was mainly, I think it started off with like
lorry
truckers
drivers,
and
isn't it?
that.
Yeah, truckers, yeah, because there was that thing from like about 1977, whatever it was, Convoy, yeah.
Yeah, so I had one of them, and the handle, I had two
Handle
different names.
mean is your nickname, your
Yeah,
name?
there's loads of code stuff.
Yeah.
I had a couple. I had there was Pilky 01, because
Right.
like I say, there's a lot of Pilkingtons and that in Manchester. So if someone wants Pilky 02, it's open. Do you know what I mean? They can have it. And then
like it's people scrabbling for, I want a Pilky 01.
and then because I did boxing and that,
Well, you did it once.
I'd Boxer Boy, because I thought that's quite a good image as well. That's kind of like people going, oh, don't mess with him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he asks what your handle is, tell him. Do you know what I mean? It's Boxer Boy and that.
Yeah.
So just had them two, and I used to just go on there and.
Pointless. What is the point of this?
Well, you just meet people, don't you?
And you
So-
don't meet people. You say, "What's your handle?" They go, "Box Boy." What's yours? Rubber duck. All right, cheers.
No,
It's
but
ridiculous.
then you'll say like, then you go, oh, what's your 20?
What's that mean?
That's where are you?
Well, why don't you say, "Where are you?"
Because just in case there's someone who's listening in who you know, you hear about this all the time, don't you? People listening, jotting stuff down.
Oh, right. So, just in case someone in the world doesn't know what handle means, they're out of the loop. They're out of the loop.
It's not a difficult code to crack, is it? If
Yeah.
you're trying to track someone.
It's hardly the head of the mafia talking to each other because the FBI are on the wire. It's ridiculous. Like, I go, oh, you keep saying that, what's your handle? And they come back with something else. I can't work out what's going on.
No, it's like anything, isn't it? That's what codes are all about, isn't it? You set them up and that.
Go on, and tell me the code then.
Reveal at long last to the world what
Yeah.
these codes are.
Right, so
Yeah.
what's your 20? Where are you?
This is better than the Enigma.
Yeah.
Right, now here we go.
Right.
How many candles are you burning?
Does that mean how big's your car or something like that? Horsepower or something?
See? No, that's
Oh,
how old
what
are you?
time is it?
No, how old are you?
What, how old are you? Okay.
Right.
Right.
How many candles are you burning, of course?
Yeah.
So what's the answer come back?
You go,
I'm 15.
14.
Brilliant. That code, there's no one going to work that out. I wish you'd have kept a diary of this, because this has been fascinating.
Now and again, someone will come in and go, side on, right?
What's that mean?
And that means, like, there's someone sat there listening into this chat and going, this sounds interesting.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Unlikely.
Yeah.
And they want to join in, so they sort of go side on, you go, side on, bring it in, right? And they go, alright.
How many candles are you burning?
Yeah. What's your 20?
That's it goes round again.
Yeah.
See you later. What's your 20? How many candles are you burning?
Oh.
And, I mean, it seems to me that what you should have done is made a note the first time, so that when you then speak to them again, you don't need to ask them those questions. Can I just confirm that you're burning 15? It's that time again. Do the jingle.
Okay. I'm gonna do a really good one.
Okay, go.
Oh, chimpanzee! Monkey news, yeah.
Right, do you know it's nearly time for the Winter Olympics again?
Okay.
Is it? Okay.
They sort of come round every 4 years.
Is it this year? Is it?
Yeah. And the last one that happened,
4 years ago. Yeah.
there was a bit of an incident.
Oh no. Do you remember any winners that were monkeys in any of the
No,
tournaments?
of course not.
No.
So
So
it's not
anyway,
going to be that because it wouldn't be true. Go on.
Yeah.
so anyway, one of the popular events, bobsleigh.
Okay. Right.
You know it works.
Well,
It's
you
like
need
a
4
sleigh.
men. Is it 4 men or 5
4
men?
men,
It's
yeah.
4. So it's definitely 4 men that you need
Need
on
4
a
men.
team.
Is it and there's 2 team bobsleigh as
But
well.
they're always men. Is that right, Rich? Let me just clarify. With the Winter Olympics, you can't have any animals taking part.
No, and they also no, because they wouldn't be allowed. And 2, there's no way they could disguise it because not only would they see it straight away, right, but they have blood tests,
Right. Okay. So,
which would show up.
so they definitely know if it was
Well, they have
any
blood
kind of
tests.
non-human.
It's impossible. It would be literally impossible to have anything other than a human involved in a bobsleigh team.
Fine, okay, so carry on.
So anyway, the country was doing really well in the qualifying stages.
Oh, yeah.
But the problem was there was like 2 members who were getting all like the press and stuff.
Oh, right, yeah.
Anyway, so this one member was getting fed up because the other 2 were getting all the press and what have you. So he said, I'm not happy with this.
Yeah.
I'm jacking it in. So they were like, you're joking, we've qualified, we're getting into like the main race and everything. You can't leave us now. And he said, well, you could do it all on your own before, you know, the way you were acting, like you didn't need me, so I'm going. So the clock's ticking, it's getting close to the big race and everything.
Of course it is, yeah.
They're like, what are we going to do here?
The substitute they took with them.
What are they going to do?
Must have,
Yeah, they would take the substitute, so get him
No,
on.
they didn't have any of them and that. It's, you know, a lot of injuries and stuff.
Or just get a mate to do it, just get a mate or a friend or the coach to do it, yeah.
But, you know, there's a lot of responsibility on these people and, you know, you won't want to let your country down and that, and they were like, what are we going to do?
Get a waiter or anyone in the
Anyway,
hotel.
the time comes to the race. Seems to be 3 people on it.
There appears to be 3, okay, yeah.
They start off, they're whizzing around the track faster than normal. They're beating their old records.
Right, amazing.
Because the new fella they've got a little bit smaller.
Ah.
Right?
Is he in?
So
Is he in the bobsleigh? Or is he pushing?
He's in it.
Oh, right, okay.
Right?
He's wearing a uniform and a helmet, though. We
He's got
can't see what he
helmet
looks like.
on,
We
he's
can't
got
see
the
his
kit
face.
on.
Can't see his face.
Nobody knows who he is, but
course
the
they do.
country's loving it. They're like, well, it looks like we're going to break all our records, you know. Good. It's good that they found someone new.
Yeah.
Bet the other fella who left is sort of kicking himself, thinking, oh, I could have been part of this. Anyway,
This wasn't a bloke that had very short legs and long arms, was it?
what happened is they're whizzing round the track and what have you,
Faster than ever, yeah.
faster than ever, and the press are like going, beating all records here. They started taking photographs. A lot of flashes from the cameras and stuff.
Right, of course.
Suddenly, the bobsleigh goes a bit sort of mental and whizzes off the track. Ambulance comes rushing over and stuff. The other 2 members are looking pretty nervous for some reason.
Oh, what are they doing?
They're saying, look, don't take the helmet off because, you know, you can do more damage to the
Well,
neck.
don't tell the paramedics how to do it.
They know their job.
Yeah,
they know their
yeah,
job.
yeah.
So they were
Please,
like, just you know, and plus, you know, he came in at last minute to help us out. He doesn't want everyone to know who he is. He's not after the limelight
Yeah.
like some of the members we used to have. But he just was helping his country out.
Yeah.
Leave the helmet on. Anyway, they get him in the ambulance and stuff. The other 2 are looking a bit worried and what have you. They're gutted. They lost the race.
The little bloke, is the bloke not saying anything? Is he not?
He's in the ambulance now.
Is he not saying anything though?
Anyway, word reported that one of the ambulance drivers said that on that sort of dreadful night when, you know, the country lost out on a medal in the bobsleigh, he sort of reported that there was a monkey in the back of the ambulance. People were like going, you're joking.
I don't remember this. I don't remember this.
Well, this is it, you see, because they sort of swept it under the carpet a little bit.
Right.
They were like, this is crazy talk.
Bullshit.
This is crazy talk.
Once talk. Absolute shit. Where'd you get this from?
This is crazy talk, right?
It is crazy talk, and it's from the mouth of Karl Pilkington.
But the weird thing is that backed it up. Following week, there was a story of some people who visited the zoo saw a chimp in a neck brace. And that's this week's Monkey News.
That's the only thing I think that would be more pathetic.
A pogo stick?
Yeah, it's so embarrassing. Or on roller skates.
Yeah.
But not like roller blades. Roller skates, those really old roller skates.
Have you seen
that you tie on your socks?
Yeah, have you seen those little bikes that look like clown bikes that the couriers use now? They're about a foot high. They're little
I saw one the
motorised.
other day on it. My head turned, yeah. They're really bizarre.
Just think
they're the
that-
ones that they fold up.
Yeah, but think of a policeman chasing you on that.
Well, I always remember that even in America when I started seeing policemen riding bikes. It didn't seem to me, it seemed...
Oh, they're quite cool. They're the ones that go through Central Park on the mountain bikes.
Dunno,
Yeah, but that's really cool, isn't it? They, you know, they
it looks like they should be delivering
whiz along at
newspapers,
about 30 miles an hour and they can just deliver
Do you know what I mean? Because, like, on motorbikes, on a Harley Davidson or whatever, I'm not messing with a cop. Chips, now that's cool, coppers.
Yeah, yeah.
But people in a smart car or a... You know, it is a bit embarrassing.
But I suppose it is that, or it's better than walking. You see,
next we'll see them in those. If you really want to be kind of worried about the environment, though, you know those little taxis you see that people pedal. They pedal around Soho.
Yeah, and when it's like a riot squad, there's 4 in the back.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
But that's the thing, right? If they need to arrest someone,
Yeah, here we go. Go on.
no, well, what do they do? Because they do only sit 2, so do they have to flag a cab down or something for the criminal?
We'll give
What
you the
do you do?
money. Get a receipt. Take
You
him back
definitely will go there.
Yeah.
You definitely will, because we've been caught this way before.
Exactly.
The
No,
last
I promise.
bloke, he just ran off. No, I won't run off. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, Mr. Policeman, I'll take your car. Then okay, go on then.
Yeah,
You definitely bring it back, though. I will. I will. Well, isn't there something in America where when they arrest someone in America, they don't take them back to the station and fill out all the forms. They just take them back to the station, and then they go and fill the forms out in a cafe or something, so they're still looking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carl told me that.
They're what? So they're still on patrol, is it?
Yeah, so they said they're doing all their paperwork, but they're in the, a cafe window and they're looking out.
Do you know, like how they say in this country so much police time's wasted by having to go back to the office and filling out loads of forms?
That sounds like some policeman going, yeah, I could get a lot more work done
Yeah,
if I was in a Starbucks.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of criminals in the pub, and if I would, and I get to keep the receipts.
Yeah, I mean, what's safest is if I didn't wear my uniform and probably got drunk.
Yeah.
With some mates.
Or a lot happens in, looking out my bedroom window. So if I was just like snoozing, snoozing, and when I heard a noise, I just popped, oh, look out, oi!
Yeah.
Come here.
Yeah, apparently there's a lot of crime, in Marbella over the next 2 weeks. You're gonna pay me
So
to
if there's a
shoot over
policeman
there.
listening who has to drive one of those cars, were you annoyed when your sergeant
It is
went,
the most embarrassing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No, I think the pogo stick.
Pogo stick, well,
Or
not, yeah, the pogo
bike.
piece.
The triple tandem. That's
triple
great.
tandem.
We should get that.
We should get one of the
when we
three
do
of
our
us, that'd
road
be
show.
brilliant.
Carl does all the pedalling.
Yeah.
I'm in the basket in the front. like
Hello,
E.T.
Western Superman!
Play a record, Carl. What have you got?
What do you want? A bit, Mott the Hoople?
Oh, Mott the Hoople, yeah. Dug it out of the library.
Yeah.
I had one, it had greatest hits, which was enough, wasn't it?
What have you got for us, Rick?
Roll Away the Stone, I think. Coldplay, The Scientist.
Have you seen the video for that?
No, but...
Absolutely magnificent.
Is it?
It's brilliant.
I was always walking backwards in
Yeah.
the woods. Oh, yes, I have, yeah.
Absolutely
yeah.
extraordinary.
And
Well
I
done.
like all
Well
their
done to
videos.
Coldplay.
I think they're great.
Yeah.
I still haven't worked out how to do that one with the... whether it's a filter they just turn up the light, because it gets light through the
as he's
duration of the
walking
video.
along, yeah.
Yeah.
Impressive, yeah.
And it's slow as well, so he must have...
I'd
recorded
like
it
them
fast,
to win an
don't know.
award.
I'd like them to win awards. I like
Yeah.
Coldplay.
Yeah, no, good luck to them. Rick, can I just... Sorry, I
Go
don't
on.
mean to abuse our position again, but... Bruce Springsteen's performing in London tomorrow night,
Yeah.
and you remember I made an appeal to try and get a free ticket.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even mind paying. I tried to pay, but
That's good of you.
No, I'm a generous kind of guy.
and I thought you were me. No, go on, what are you going to say?
But
You were
all
going
I'm
to pay
saying
for
is,
ticket.
you know-
face value, I mean, you don't want to be ripped off, do you?
No, don't be crazy. You know,
Yeah.
ideally half price.
Yeah.
And I've been chasing kind of my tail, really. I'm not going at the moment. I'm not going, and I'm desperate to see the man. I mean, he's going to do a great concert. It's his only one in London. I can't believe that being on the radio, being on XFM, the listenership's going up apparently. I can't believe I can't get a ticket. I've asked Carl. He's done nothing. He's done nothing.
Hang on a minute.
No,
come
Carl
on,
had a
Carl,
very
you
good
provided
point.
nothing.
Carl, say what you said when he was whinging in
No,
the
but
break.
first of all, whilst you're moaning, you also asked in the week for a Badly Drawn Boy album.
Yeah.
You got in today,
Yeah.
there's one there for you.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but it's yin and yang.
And it's
Carl.
like, yeah, but I do,
Carl, what's Steve ever done for you? That's what you got to ask yourself. What has Steve ever done for you?
well, he took me to the BAFTAs. Yeah, but only 'cause no one else would probably want to go with you.
I can't believe that.
What is
I
this?
do not believe that. Oh, Steve, I'm going to stitch you up now, Carl. And it's in a nice way, and don't worry, it won't be too bad. He won't take it too bad. Carl sent me a little text message today.
Right.
No,
Oh,
don't.
what is this?
Right, okay. Okay.
You know, I'm in a very frail mood at the moment.
No,
'cause I'm
you're
not
like
going to
this
see
one.
Bruce.
This is funny, because me and him have been, like, sending, trivia back and forth to each other. Which is another point, right? I sent him... Oh, well, I'll get to that in a minute. I thought he'd really be amazed with,
Well, while you're fiddling, if you can make my dream come true, to go and see Bruce Springsteen tomorrow, then give us a call on the usual
Yeah,
number.
but like I said, Steve.
What?
Right, it wouldn't be right. You just said when the song was on, can't believe it, right? We work at XFM and I can't get tickets for Springsteen, right? We work in radio, we should get tickets. Right, now think
Which
of
I'm
the
willing
amount
to pay for.
Yeah, but think of the, but if it's sold out, it's sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
but that's just something they say.
Right, that's just what they say, is it? Right, so everybody on local radio stations say, do you know, I like that Bruce Springsteen, I want a free ticket, right? So another say,
I tried
400
to phone, I phoned for an hour and a half, I couldn't get through.
Not long enough.
I've put the hours in.
Not long enough.
Not long enough.
What are you talking about? I put the hours in.
No.
Right, so another 400 people turn up at the gig, they cram them all in, there's people being crushed, you know, they've paid the money early, they were up early that day when the phone lines were open, whilst you were probably sleeping, and that, so they're dedicated, and they're the ones at the front getting crushed.
What?
Would your
Why
mum
are
and
they
dad
getting
be
crushed?
happy if you were there getting crushed?
I don't mind, I'll sit at the side of the stage and watch him.
Yeah, but
I don't mind.
But everyone will say that then, and then before you know it,
Yeah.
no one can see anything
No,
because you're all on
Carl's
the
right
stage.
on this one.
Leave
Right,
it.
yeah,
Leave
just
it.
read, right, I'm going to give you this here. I'm now handing over my mobile phone to Steve to read the... You can see it's from Carl at the top, but just read it out as you scroll down. Just read it out loud.
Is this a text message from...
Yeah, this is a text message to me from Carl. Read it out.
To see at night as well as an owl you would need eyes the size of grapefruits. If only Stephen could turn his head right round as well. Carl, I can't believe it. What upsets me most, Carl, right, is not the fact that you've been slagging me off behind my back. It's the fact that you've got the cheek to come on here and moralise because you failed to get me tickets and make a dream come true. You've come on here trying to pass the buck and say that it's a health and safety problem, when in actual fact it's a Karl Pilkington problem.
Do that, I got it in a bin.
I'm devastated, you know.
And then let's play a record.
I'm upset.
I should have eaten this banana off air.
What's the number?
It's 08700 800 1234, but if it's sold out, Steve, it's sold out.
A bit of a classic here, R.E.M.
I bet if Ricky wanted to go, it'd be fine. I'm sure someone could sort it out then.
Who?
Oh, if Ricky Gervais wants to go, then
I'm
you can
going.
come. Are you?
No.
You want some tickets then?
U2, Electrical Storm, that's great. That's great, I love that. On XFM, 104.9, I'm Ricky Gervais with me, Steve Merchant, and Karl Pilkington. Carl, I want you to tell Steve what you told me in the week. About the snake, about the anaconda, how to... Right, this is Carl's method. He's not scared of the anaconda, the 30-foot long, biggest, scariest snake.
No, you were talking about stuff, weren't you, about in jungles and that, and animals.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Right.
And I remember reading about, say if you're in the jungle, and you get tired and you go to sleep, right, and you sort of wake up and you feel something on your leg, and you look down, and it's an anaconda, right?
Yes.
And it's swallowing your feet, because apparently they always go from the feet up. They never eat you from the head. So,
okay. Should I save these points to the end? Because
make a list of the points.
Because they always eat head first, because the way the fur goes, where they have to take a capybara or even a rat, they take it from the head first.
Make a point.
Okay,
make some notes.
Okay, so that's wrong.
We'll come back to
okay,
this
next,
later.
go on. So they always eat you from the feet. Go on.
So they're swallowing your feet, and it's said on the website, if you wake up and you see this anaconda doing that, sort of eating away at your feet, don't panic.
Don't panic. I'm just writing this down. Don't panic. Hold on. Okay, go on.
Don't try and kick it off.
Okay.
Just let it sort of swallow you. But only up to your knees.
Okay. Why not kick it off straight away? Because
I think it sort of gets a bit angry, it starts thrashing about, and it can swallow faster, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I'm guessing that bit.
Okay. Just put a question mark by that.
Okay,
there,
pop a question mark next
to
eat.
So
knees.
yeah, so it's up,
eat knees. So eat it up to your knees.
It's up to your knees, and then what you do is you get a knife.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you cut.
And how do you get a knife? Do you walk over to the kitchen?
I was going to pop over, get knife. Where's that coming from? Get
well,
the knife.
You always have a knife.
Okay. Always have a knife, of course you do. Otherwise you're a fool. Always have a knife, okay?
Well, come on.
Yeah.
If you're going to go into a jungle...
Always have a knife, okay.
Always have a knife, yeah.
Simple.
Could I just suggest something? You know, suppose you're wearing combat trousers, and the knife is actually in the trousers by the knee, the sort of pocket by the knee. What happens then? I suppose you could still reach in, into the mouth, couldn't you? So anyway, you've got a knife. Let's say you've got a knife. Let's say you've fallen asleep, the anaconda's chewing your feet, you let it eat up to the knees, you've got a knife, what do you do then, Carl?
Right. So it's up to your knees, and what you do, you get your knife that you got out of your pocket earlier, and you cut it at the mouth, right? Do you know, like, either side of the lips?
Right.
So you're sort of cutting it in half.
Right, like a Chelsea smile.
And it can't, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It can't do anything. It wasn't ready for that. It can't move about because it's got, like, your legs in its mouth. And peel it off and walk away.